Hello, welcome to Billy Ho Sports. Today is a betting preview show for this weekend's Arlington Million at Colonial Downs. We're going to go through horse by horse, past performances, show you some ins and outs on what I see, 10 horse field. So be sure to set your notifications because I already have videos out for this, a preview video. In addition, I'm going to be doing the Beverly D and the Secretariat Stakes races at Colonial this Saturday as well in a separate video. So that's coming out soon. And in addition to that, 4-Star Dave and Saratoga Special at the Spa. So also we're going to look out west to Del Mar for the Yellow Ribbon and Sorrento Stakes. So that'll be coming out soon, probably tomorrow. So please remember to subscribe to the channel, if I could say it correctly, and smash that like button and leave a comment. Let me know who you like in the Arlington Million, and let's get started. All right, 1.25 miles on the outer turf, Arlington Million, grade 1 for 3 years old and upward. So what we're looking at here in this 10 horse field is number 1, Strong Tide, trained by Michael Lauer, ridden by Horatio Caramanos. And this one kind of falls short of expectations, beaten by weaker. Does have a little bit of class in the Man of War. Third place finish there was pretty solid. But the recent form doesn't suggest to me that he will be a contender in this one. So I am going to pass. Next one up is number 2, Never Explain. Shug McGahee trainer. Vincent Cheminade is the jock. Cheminade is kind of on a hot streak over the last week out at Colonial. He's got like 4 wins or 3 or 4 wins in the last week. Solid progression for this horse, moving up in class from the optional claimers to the grade 3, and then that third place in this grade 2 Bowling Green, which was our third, I should say, in this grade 2 Bowling Green, 94, 99, 97. It's in the ballpark. So with the jockey on a hot streak, inside position, it's a possible. I'm going to keep it in the mix. Number 3, Set Piece, from the preview video, was one of my picks as a win. Failed as a favorite last time out in the Wise Dan. Ran third, gaining late at 1.16 miles. So hopefully the stretch out to 1.25 miles will benefit. Finished third in that race. Brad Cox trained. Florent Giroux is aboard. And Set Piece, closing style, should fit well. And I could see him probably hitting the board with a chance to win, one of those kind of things. It is one of the 6-1 morning lines, so probably number 1 in the prime power, which is always an interesting take. So if you get some odds on that, it could be an interesting win bet at some value. Number 4, Tone, Michael Maker, trainer. Kendrick Carmouche is aboard. Let's see. This one closed. If you look down here into 2022 into 2023, closed with a bang. Wins this optional claimer, which, okay. But then opens up January at Gulfstream, winning this grade 1 with a 102 speed, driving, rally up, and then just kind of disappointing after that. So I guess maybe it was just, ran its best race in the first form cycle, I guess. I don't know. But it took a break after each race and getting another break for 2 months. So seems to be right along line with their plan for 2023. So I'm not really sure. It's 7-2 odds, but morning line. But I'm not really seeing it in my betting card right now. So I'd rather look more at Chad Brown. Obviously, he's on the turf. As you know, he does pretty good in that category. So Rock Emperor, Chad Brown, Johnny V aboard. Ran a 100 buyer in this Manhattan. but ran ninth by 9. So up to the mark is a horse I mentioned in the previous video that it ranked number 5 in the world, I believe, overall thoroughbreds or something like that. Really, really strong thoroughbred horse in this race. So that coupled with maybe little bit faster pace, got a bump because there was another one that got a 105 that ran 5th. So, normally you don't see those kind of numbers coming from horses that don't finish in the money. So, but Rock Emperor, Chad Brown, like I said, this is actually not the Chad Brown I'm interested in the most. Actually, in this 9th place finish, he was bump checked, 2-3 bumped, 5/16 checked up. So he did have some trip trouble, which does make a difference. I'm going to keep him in an idea for exotics and exactas. I don't really like him for the win, but wouldn't put it past him. But number 6 masterpiece is Rick Dutrow. Another one he pulled over from Saffie Joseph, previously trained. And the first out was a yielding 1.16 turf race where he got on belatedly and kind of scooped in for second place, but pretty solid 50% trainer, which is, he doesn't have a big sample size, but second off the layoff. I really like this horse to improve, moving over to Rick's barn. So that yielding track, I think, made a difference. So I'm going to definitely have this one in the give it a look category. Then we have number 7, Strong Quality, which is the early pace front runner, which will have the early speed and got that 105 that I mentioned running 5th. But he was up at the lead and then hit the stretch in second and then just weakened down the stretch and gave it up. But he did run a pretty strong race in that one to earn that 105. So it's not as deceptive as I initially thought it was anyway. So I thought, well, did the fast pace lead to inflated figures or running against the 5th ranked thoroughbred in the world up to the mark? So I don't know. He just really gave up a few spots late after the up to the mark passed him. So this one could be a contender to hit the board for sure. So Catnip, number 8. I'm going to be liking this one. It's a son of Kitten's Joey, which is always good for the turf. Failed as the favorite last race, but just the second place. In the United Nations Grade 1, was beat by a Therapist, but had the lead down the stretch and was gamely fighting all the way at 1 mile 3/8. So we're talking 1.25 miles, so shorter distance. So I like that. Sharp furlong workout. Michael Stidham is the trainer. Brian Hernandez will ride. I'm not too busted up about that. I think this horse is a contender. So I will have that probably on top of any kind of exacta tries. Number 9 is Adamo, and that is Chad Brown's other horse. And this one actually hasn't ran since October of last year, 10 months. But I feel like he's definitely going to have this thing ready to go. And I really like it on the win track, be honest with you. So I'm definitely going to have that one in the mix. Number 10, Win for the Money. Not so much, moving up in class. Speed figures ranked poorly. Did win the last race, but, optional claiming and all that kind of stuff. Satin is the 11 horse, 8-1, beaten by weaker, but returning to the turf. If you watch the preview video, ran in the slop on the dirt and then previously on the dirt. So going back over to the turf, Brendan Walsh trainer Tyler Gaffleone is in the saddle, and I like Tyler on the turf. Brendan Walsh, solid turf trainer as well. So what we are looking at here is we're going to go over, check out the big board and do a bet, and then we'll get on with it. So this was what I first came up with. I like on top the 3 set piece, the 8 Catnip and the 9 Adamo, like for any kind of win. So boxing those in an exacta is probably one thing I will do. This is a 50-cent trifecta. So it's going to be that same 389 on top. And then underneath, along with the 389, I'm going to add the 2 the 5, the 6. So that's going to be like a 3. I believe that's a 366, and that's a $30 wager. But I might actually remove the other Trad Brown horse and make it an $18 wager. That way it's 3 over 5. So that's kind of what we're working with there. And so anyway, I hope you enjoyed that first salvo in this weekend's betting preview. I'll be along with more shortly, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching.